Okay, now we're going to talk about the transformation reflection. And remember that reflection has that FL there and it means flip. And I have a quadrilateral, which is a four-sided polygon. I have a quadrilateral drawn poorly on the grid because I can't make perfect lines with the little line tool, and I had to freehand it, and it is not perfect. However, when we make these for class and when we make them for the test, we're going to use a straight edge and they're going to be perfect. Now, the thing about a reflection is if it says reflect over the y-axis. Okay, if we're reflecting across the y-axis, we're going to go to the y, and we're going to take point A, and we're going to say, how many places does it take me to get to the y-axis? So I'm going from A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to take me 6 more places out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is where A prime is going to go. Whoops. Okay, so this is going to be A prime. Okay, now for D, I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. So that is where D prime is going to go. Same thing for B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we do the same thing for B. Oops. What I did. Big mistake. If I'm going to reflect B, it's going over here. So now I need to name that B prime. Big mistake. So make sure that's a big thing. Make sure you name them correctly. Now C, 1, 2, 1, 2. So C prime's going right there. I got in a hurry. And we make mistakes when we get in a hurry. Okay, so there is my reflected quadrilateral. And the y-axis becomes a line of symmetry for those two congruent shapes. Now, I could also take this new figure, this image, and I could flip it or reflect it across the x-axis. Now to do that, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to start with this point, and I'm going to count till I hit the x-axis. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's going to become now watch this. This point is going to become D prime prime. 2 primes, because that's the second time I've moved that. A, 1, 2, 1, 2. and that becomes A prime prime 2 times. C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that becomes C prime prime. And that one becomes B prime prime. Okay, now I'm going to reflect the line TU, and this time I'm going to reflect it across the line x equals -1. So this time I'm not going to reflect across the y-axis or the x-axis. I'm going to reflect across x equals -1. Now you should recall from graphing lines that this is not in y equals mx plus b, so it does not have a slope. Its slope is undefined. So I'm going to go to -1 on my x-axis, and I'm going to draw a vertical line straight up and down. Now I'm going to reflect point U, and I'm going to count until I hit x equals -1 line, and then I'm going to count on. So I'm going to start at U, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that becomes U prime. Then I'm going to do the same thing for T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that becomes T prime. Okay, now I'm going to write the coordinates. So T is at -6, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just counting, making sure. And U is at -3, 6. So then on this side, T prime is now at 4, 6, and U prime is at 1, 6. It works the same way if I said reflect across the line y equals 2. We would go to 2 on the y-axis, and this time we draw a horizontal line, because this one does fit into y equals mx plus b. It's just what goes with x is 0, so that's your slope. So we're going to have a line that has a slope of 0 going through point 2 on the y-axis. So let's see if I can draw that. Okay, so now I have a line at y equals 2, so whatever I was going to reflect, if I was going to reflect point R, then I would count till I hit the line. 1, 2, and then I would go 2 more. 1, 2. That was a pitiful dot. And that would be R prime.